Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. In today's episode, it is 12 p.m., which is a good sign for me because I woke up at like 11, which means that's probably not going to be that hard to wake up at 10 tomorrow. It's Tuesday, so I have an 11 a.m. class tomorrow. I feel like I would I would feel significantly less concerned about this semester if my class on Wednesday was like 2 hours later. But what can you do? Nothing is the answer. How you doing? Hope you're doing well today. Hope you're hanging in there. It's the middle of the week for you. Very exciting. On your way to the weekend if you're working a traditional Monday through Friday. I wonder how common it is to work Monday through Fridays these days. I feel like it's pretty dependent, right? I've known a lot of people who work Monday through Fridays, like a few of my friends do, and then I've also known I have a few other friends who work like whenever they have to. It's a very varied landscape, I feel. Anyway, today's episode, I the only other interesting thing is my internet is currently out as Charter attempts to make some changes, hopefully meaningful ones. So I was sitting here and I was like, oh, there's some school stuff I should do, but I can't because I have no internet. So, hey, there's one other thing I can do with my time that is productive. There's one other thing. Monster Train. Anything else I want to tell you today? I did put up a Teamfight Tactics stream highlight. I was like going back and forth, but I realized that realistically I should just use the 5:30 time slot on this channel to put up stream highlights if I have anything I think is worthwhile to put up. So, you know, I've been kind of like struggling with it, but I feel like I had a mental breakthrough the other day of realizing that I should just do whatever I want and not worry about it more or less, which is it's a whole thing I'm not going to go into, but trying to figure out what to play has been a big labor for me in the last few months, trying to figure out what I want to play that'll be fun but for me but also enjoyable for you. I've decided to err on the side of fun for me, and we'll see where we end up. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about something completely different for the question. But if you do want to watch that Teamfight Tactics video, hell yeah. I think I'll make a video that's like, here's how to play the game, here's what you're looking at in 10 minutes if you're interested in that as well. But today's question, I want to talk about controllers. I will accept keyboard and mouse, I guess, but I want to ask you what your favorite controller is. Actually, you know what? I won't accept keyboard and mouse. It's not an acceptable answer. I've changed my mind. I saw a video talking about all of the controllers throughout all of like gaming history, and there's some pretty fucking bad ones out there, man. I don't know how things like the Dreamcast and the Nintendo 64 got those controllers. Maybe the Nintendo 64 isn't that bad, but that controller looks awful. Anyway, I've been using the Xbox One controller lately, and I think that that one's pretty solid. I also hear a few people say they like the PS4 and PS5 controllers, but the PlayStation controllers feel too small for me. I don't know. What controller do you like? Let me know. I'm interested to hear. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Today's Pushback, Talos, Spell Shield Fell, Diligent Seraph, Ritual Battle, Making of a Morsel, Battering Ram. Tough. It's okay. If we were regular Hellhorned, I think that this would be a pretty solid starter, but we're not. I will pick Abandoned and Umbra. One morsel for free every turn. It's a nice little chump blocker. It makes me not want to play Imp Parade. Maybe I want to leave Imp Parade open. Because what if I see Rally Imp Parade? I can still pick it. I'll just have a morsel every turn. Yeah, I'm gonna play Imperialist. Surprise, surprise. I'm down to play, we're weak. I'm down to play a line that's like... So, this is a clan combo that has some room for absurdity. It's out there, but we have to high roll like crazy for the absurdity to actually happen. And we kill. Our early game plan is going to be use the morsel stat buff to beat bosses. And that's it, that's the whole plan. I'd love to see an Umbra morsel. Magma morsel, yeah, whatever. This is a run that's going to be very space reliant. And so what do I think of when I think of what we have right now? Well, honestly, the most absurd option is like you remember that Crucible Collector Endless Impish Scholar run? You remember that run? It was Crucible Collector, Endless Impish Scholar, and the multi-strike Hellhorned tome with Endless on the Impish Scholar, Crucible Collector with Damage Shield, and like that's never gonna happen. But that's one thing that comes to mind here. I'm gonna go for Welder Helper, I think. What a surprise. I'm okay to grab Prismal Dust. Queen needs help surviving. Prismal Dust helps Queen. The more that I've been playing, like I do think that Umbra is a weak clan, but Umbra has some of the strongest supporting cards. There's so many unbelievably good commons and extremely good rares. There's a multi-strike there. There's a Branded Warrior here. I think that I will play multi-strike Branded Warrior. Yeah. Just take space, we play 2 imps per turn. This is also acceptable. Unfortunately for Brandon, I do believe I have to give him plus 25, but it's fine because I have a good unit. I have a 2-item unit now, or two upgrade, 2-item unit. What game is this? What this means is if I see a cool, like a -1 space upgrade, I get a bunch of small Brandons to go nuts. We're looking for Rage Relics in the Horde. Oh, Queen's Tail is nuts as well. There's a lot of really good relics we can see. So where do we go from here? It's actually pretty easy, all things considered. This is scary. I don't have pings. I better not. I better not. So we're looking for, I do have to, maybe slamming the plus 25 was wrong, although I like slamming the plus 25 because it's good in this combat. I didn't really slam this as a long term, I slammed this as a right now fix my problem sort of play. Okay, here's how I want to play this. Let me see what's in the Shade Splitter. Okay. We put 2 morsels down. She wipes the floor. I miscalculated. Anyway, what I want to do here is I want to play Queen on the lower floor, and I'm just going to feed Brandon up there. Missed the coin flip, you hate to see it. Wanted to see Collector bottom floor, but hey, whatever. It's fine. We just have, with the plus 25, Brandon should be fine on the boss. I anticipate anyway. Let's see what's in here. Give him a little rage. He's getting plenty of morsel help as well. It's all good. I would like to not take this 1 damage. I can avoid it. I'll play the morsels first though, just to be sure. And here, Queen, have a onion. Hey, this boss isn't all that frightening. I can see a lot of ways to go about this run, though. I feel like it's gonna... So one idea that I want to complete, one thing that I got distracted on there, is... I could have skipped the plus 25 if I was okay with my position in this fight. And I could have tried to get like a damage shield dog infusion, which gives him similar survivability. I don't love it, but it's okay. Go for Welder Helper. We'll do self-infused Welder Helper strats. And Space Prism is fine. I just heard a weird noise. I don't think that got picked up, though. You probably didn't hear a thing. What's this guy talking about? This should be 4 or 5 temples in a row. 4 temples in a row. So, I'm actually going to go to the logbook here for a moment, because I need a quick refresher. I need Hellhorned units. And I need you to show me Essence. So, Horned Warrior's a no. Steelworker is okay. Demon Fiend's a no. So it's like Steelworker. Maybe Rail Beater, but Rail Beater is not great. I feel like I'm gonna do a Self-Infuse on Brandon in this run. It's that or it's Morsel Maker, and those are basically the only options I feel. So I should play to whatever makes me strongest for the longer play here, and I shouldn't worry because there's one in each banner. I think the longer play is to go right, because we want to make this, we want to make Ritual of Battle a more playable card. That's our goal 1. Yeah, this plus 10's worthless. I'm gonna go ahead and reroll here. No holdover, which is fine with me. And then where am I going in the next ring? I am going to the steel shop, so I should grab the money. Morsel Master doesn't exactly cut it. At least we have some options for scaling, right? It's early enough in the run that I feel Bone Dog is okay. He's probably not going to have a lot of impact, but he's going to have enough. If he heals me for 20, it's fine. It's a little awkward because I feel like in most runs the Bone Dog trade-off isn't good. Even as a first upgrade, it might not even be good because it's plus or minus 2 is how I look at it. Turn 1. If I play in mid-floor Queen. Yeah, I look at it as plus or minus 2 because you either you remove a card and you go, you don't get anything on kill. I'm either at 26 or 28. I guess it's plus or minus 1, and it's a difference of 2 is how I should actually say it. No imps on my first 2 turns. Rather surprising. Not that surprising though. He gets 5 damage. It's okay because I have the morsels for scaling in these early fights. The morsels don't work forever, but for now they work. Fuck 'em up, Queen. You're 1 damage off the kill. It's a weird one. Okay, I'm gonna make this play. This might not be the greatest of ideas, but I'm gonna follow the line that I see here. So, I'm gonna put morsels in front, and then I'm going to Welder Helper the morsels. And what this does is it means that Magma Morsel gives 6 attack, bring the Forged Disciple into range for Branded Warrior to kill. He gives Rage on Slay to Welder Helper, who then kills the Foot Soldier. I still take 5, which sucks, but better than taking the 7. It also gets my... Like, I lose the armor, but I think it's okay because he has so much base health. He's not going to have a trouble. So I'm just gaining higher HP overall for that, is how I look at it. And I'm gaining scaling on Brandon, who is now snowballing where otherwise he may have fallen behind in that position. Probably wouldn't have fallen behind, but it's always hard to tell with this unit. One other thought process with this run is I can, in the late game, have Queen basically chunk the waves down on a lower floor or on the same floor with her Imp Toss, and then Brandon scales and goes nuts. 25-7. I should do this to make this Welder Helper big boys. He's going nuts. Careful. Do not go to top 4 today. You're gonna fight the final boss of the train. Talos, don't go up there. Talos, he has lifesteal. Talos, don't do it. I tried to warn her. She didn't listen then. I don't know what to do. Trample Stone is very good. Last Stand is okay, but I'm really only getting Rage on 1 unit in this run, which is Brandon. Trample Stone lets him snowball exponentially. Overgorger. That sounds terrible here. I'm fairly certain that if you see this unit at Talos, it's too late. Get him out of here. Haul him off. I picked up Space Prism, so I don't need to take space right now. I think I would rather pick Draw right now, and then we'll take space at the next one if I feel it's necessary. I'm going left here and looking for a Endless for the Imps. Also removing 2 Train Stewards is nice, but Self-Infused Endless Welder Helper would be a good pickup here. Very nice. And because it's an Imp Toss run, I can even give it Damage Shield 3. Yeah, so here's your hypothesis. I can use Endless Welder Helper to give 30 armor to the Queen every turn, or I can use Endless Welder Helper to give 10 armor to the Queen every turn and block entire waves. The difference is interesting because early on I'm losing armor for doing this, and later on I'm gaining armor for doing this because Damage Shield 3 Welder Helper with 30 is going to block an entire wave of the Divinity, which is more impactful than blocking an entire wave of like 599 damage. But I think that this is good still. And we're gonna go ahead and do the infusion now. Welder Helper into Welder Helper. This unit is extremely tanky. I'm thinking about the waves on the Divinity. I guess the multi-strike wave might threaten, but that's about it. I think the thing that this run is really going to struggle with is killing the mini-bosses. What else was here? Extreme Stone Intrinsic. I'm down for Intrinsic Space Prism. I can make a case for Intrinsic Trample Stone, but it's kind of expensive for turn 1. Haste Combat. I should probably give some respect here, and I'm not going to a shop in the next ring, but I don't need to take this trial. There's a few lineups of this wave that crush me, so I'll give it the respect it deserves. Oh, there's Welder Helper. Oh, here it's minus armor. I mean, I guess I could always put him behind, right? I could always just put him behind in a position like this when it's minus armor. Yeah. Instead of putting him in front like this. Here it's plus to put him in front. It's like, so if you're ever taking more than 20, I should put the Welder Helper in front to tank. And if you're ever taking less than 20, Welder Helper goes behind to buff. Now, unfortunately, I should have actually played another Imp, so I could have killed that frontline enemy. Yeah. I'm not snowballing right now. Now I should start snowballing, I hope. Need to pull like a rage card or something. Or go nuts in. You know what? Make this guy big. It's good because I get an extra energy next turn. Yeah. We gotta get Brandon started is the problem. My man's slow to get rolling. Like there I should put the Imp behind. It's a bottom floor play problem as well. There is no reason I should be playing bottom floor other than I felt like it. Which is not a good enough reason at times like this. Absolutely not an acceptable reason. I wanted to. Don't take that answer. How do I kill you? I mean, I don't have to, ideally. Ideally, I already win the combat. The 3/6 Queen's Impling. Careful. He's deadly. I should have enough, right? Yeah. It's fine. I took 6 for doing this, and it's my fault. I don't know why I would play bottom floor like that other than I wanted to. But that's not a great answer. Should just play top floor. Wow, what a great choice. Impish Scholar has a problem, which is there's a lot of bad returns on Impish Scholar here. I feel like Important Work is decent because you get an extra play of armor out of Welder Helper. It's an increase to your scaling. I don't like Pyre Jumper here. I feel like Impish Scholar is what I'm supposed to take because he has the highest cap for absurdity, but realistically I'm just going to reform a bunch of space prisms. Give me important work. I'm not taking Void Binding here. I don't know if I've picked Blazing Bolts in the DLC. I'm not picking it now. I'm not picking it now. I don't think Void Binding's right either. If I had 0 cost imps, I could probably take Void Binding, but I don't, so I can't. Check the caverns. Give me a Heaven's Gold. I don't really care for Gift of Gratitude here. I don't think it's all that good. Keeping my eyes peeled for Value Stone, but I think I might just take Spell Chain Important Work and then go to 100 pack shards here. Call it a day. I think I'm just gonna go to 100 here and call it a day. It's fine. Self-infusing Brandon here is good. I wish that the self-infuse, I recognize that this effect is extremely strong, but I wish it gave like a little more. It's strong, but I wish it, what more do I want? I want like 4 more rage is all. Spike's 4. Probably not worth it. This is a 100 pack shard self-made harpy, so, you know, prepare yourselves. Yeah. Queen gets clobbered here. The problem with this fight is Brandon doesn't get any kills, so I should play accordingly. I should play accordingly on these waves. Like, this turn is... I'm never getting a kill on Brandon on this turn that's coming up here. And I should recognize that and just start killing these enemies off. I feel. Because I assume I'm going to be playing an imp. Maybe there's a world where he gets 1 kill, but I have to say I doubt. A quick tone would be nice on this round too, so Brandon would go first. But sometimes that's a curse. Sometimes it's a blessing. I don't know, so I'm neutral or negative on this? I think I'm neutral on that play. In terms of energy. In terms of, like, armor, it's a lot of armor. I put 70 armor down on that turn with the spell thing. Fed 10 armor. Go next. It's actually pretty rough. Minus 51. 30. I'm not getting any kills on Brandon here. Presently. It's tough. It's a tough call. I'm just gonna kind of play what feels right to me. Which is to save Pyre HP as best I can. Yeah. Too bad Bone Dog doesn't get drawn next turn. I should take what? I take 1 hit. It's no big deal. I need to scale this Brandon though. I need my man to get a kill. It's hard though. Queen's really making it difficult. Maybe I'm supposed to... You know what? I bet I'm supposed to let Queen take 45 there and not play this imp. If I lose this fight, I'm just gonna replay it and do that. Because I'm pretty sure, like, right as I played that, I went, oh, I get it. I think I need to let Queen get smacked for a turn. I can afford it. Yeah, so I should remember to play Welder Helper first. And I'm going to double Ritual Brandon. Queen takes 41, but Brandon gets kills here. Yeah, 7 times 7, by the way. My 4-5 opponent does 49. That is scary. That is rather dastardly, if you ask me. Downright devious, to be honest with you. This run would look a lot different, by the way, if I saw... There's one slight change I would have liked to have made. I would have liked to have seen a Rage Imp. Because Rage Imp with Welder Helper Infusion gets slammed in front, no problem. And that would have been huge. Alas, I did not. I win. Here's what I wanted to check. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, if I play this Welder Helper in front, he dies. Right? He dies. With Prismal Dust, I can save the Welder Helper's life. A man needs 6 damage shield and he still barely lives. Self-made harpy. But yeah, I recognized my what was going to kill me and how to fix it, at least. But that was close. It was a little close. Reinforce is fun. Too bad I didn't take Impish Scholar. We could just morph this into a Thunderdome. I don't want to do that. Give me Alloy of the Ancients, I guess. Card's fine. Skip here. Maybe Ember Cache, but why? Yeah, truly, why? Magic Shop seems fine. We're looking at... Oh baby, Minor Refraction. I went to a lot of events hoping to see one of these. Very nice, very nice. I went to like 3 or 4. How many did I go to? 1, 2, 3. 3 events. It's good. It is rather good. Let's check the temple, just in case there's a value stone. There isn't. It's my life easier. If there's a value stone, I have to make some thoughts and do some decision making. There's no value stone? Easy choice. Just -1, -1. I can't afford that. Or rather, I can't put that on anything. Been Permafrost, remove consume both times, which is a shame, but I don't really care, I guess, is the thing. Like, it's a shame, but I also don't think I care that much. Holdover on important work would be cool. Yeah, this is also why I didn't take space earlier, because there was always a chance that I found something that answered space for me. I feel like unless you need it to play 2 3-space units, like in a run like this, there's no real reason to take space early. Hang on, I have to count. Goes to 90, takes 30, this is putting at 60. Getting this kill for Brandon is good. 60, but playing this Queen's Impling, so I've already messed it up. Indeed. Because I needed to not play this Queen's Impling, and then... Because if I play the next Queen's Impling, that statue dies. Oh, the armor. Hold. Doesn't matter. What I needed to do was I needed to wait, and I needed to not play the Queen's Impling at all, but that was a lot of thinking I wasn't about to do. It was a whole lot of thinking that I was not about to do. Okay, so on this turn, even though it feels bad, I need to not play Welder Helper. Because more important than Welder Helper armor gain is getting Brandon scaling. Unfortunately. That is a real shame. It's probably faster. Is it faster to take... yeah, it's definitely faster to just redraw this unit. Almost certainly. I fed armor here and I shouldn't have done that, but hey, whatever. Let me throw these out as well. It's okay, because Brandon got 2 slays there. He should be pretty strong, I hope. Yeah, my queen's gonna take a bit of a beating here. Maybe I pull an Umbra morsel? Nah, too bad. Worth looking for. Pull an Umbra morsel there, and then it's significantly less frightening, I would say. Hey, it just hit. Cool. Just redraw turn 1, very nice. Thank you, Monster Train. Great job. I'm not even paying attention. I think I'm net neutral when I play the Welder Helper 3 times like that. Oh wow, the 30 armor is nuts, right? Because doesn't my Brandon goes crazy off of that 30 armor. Holy shit. For once, the foul-giving armor was very good. Thank you, Foul. Usually it's very annoying. And it's been a bit of a struggle up until this point to get Brandon started. I want to assure you that's gonna stop happening once we get into, or later into the run. Like, it's a good struggle to be going through, because later in the run, having this much survivability and this much, like, damage throughput is going to be helpful and not harmful. I'm pretty sure. I feel like I've been in this position a lot of times where I go, ooh, so I played this imp and I had 4. Now I have 4. Now I have 3. Now I have 2. Now I have 3. So I'm -1 maybe. I'm -1 maybe. Also, I'm gonna make another Brandon and then it's gonna be even more ridiculous, I feel. I'm gonna play a 936 damage battering ram. What I really want to do is make a lot of removals, but sadly it's Seraph the Diligent, so I cannot do so. I'm not gonna bother playing Spell Chain it like 3 times here, there's no reason. I'm not going for any new world records. One Horn's Tome. The forbidden fruit, man. The fuck is this is... It shows up every now and then and it goes, come on, just one bite. Come on, just take one bite. No, Satan. I will not take One Horn's Tome here. Oh, but how cool would it be? No, Satan. It kills me. I kind of want to take energy. I don't really need it though. I feel like I really just need draw. Because I'm going to have a bunch of cards left in this deck that I don't want to play. So having extra draw lets me draw through them and get to the cards I want to play. Could go for another Caverns, honestly. Go to a Trinket shop and see what they have. Really just want removals, though. I'm gonna start getting rid of Queens and Blings, I feel. Duplicate here. I'm going to 115. Probably not going to 130. Yeah. Just don't really care about either of the shops all that much, so... Let's get an extra upgrade slot. A bit of a gamble. I'll cut out 2 Queens and Blings. If I hit on Ritual of Battle, it's really cool, but no. I kind of want to go really high on pack shards, but I think it's not worth it to take Value Stone there. Crapshoot Pulley Claw? Sure. It's a free consume spell for Seraph, if nothing else. Royalty. I was gonna say I could consider taking Imp Parade, but Royalty gains no stats. Their unit's at 2040 here. It's not very good. It's not very good at all, is it? I'm not gonna spend money because of Heaven's Gold. I'd rather keep the higher Pyre attack. Higher. It's a really dangerous +8. I don't think I want it. A different fight, I would probably consider it, but I don't love it here. Space Prism, play out Queen. I should throw Queens and Flames down when I have the opportunity, because I'm trying to cycle into the, like, 3 cards I actually care about in this deck. There's 2 of them. If I trap shoot this Collector, I can kill it next turn. Armor in front, Owlay up. Yeah, you may as well play the Morsels. There's no reason not to. And then throw the Queens and Fling out. Okay. This is the turn that I have to really sit here and consider. This is the for your consideration turn. We'll do the obvious thing first, which is to play Welder Helper twice behind on Queen. Now is where we really begin our consideration on this turn. So, what's there to consider? If I play an Imp, I Kill all the frontline and stuff Brandon's scaling. That's what the problem is. And I don't think it's worth it. I think it's worth it to skip here. When something goes down here, grab me the collector. I think the best play is to Antum Remorseful Shade Splitter. Yeah, you put these behind so that they do damage to the backliner as well. And I think I want to get rid of Prismal Dust. And I just hope to redraw that quickly. I keep having turns like that because of the combats being full of basically chump blockers for the other side. 238. What a shame. I almost had this kill. Almost. How sad. It's okay. Brandon's having a little trouble, but I can take it. I'm glad I didn't take the +8 though. This is where I start slamming Welder Helper in front. 5, 10, 15, anything else. Start slamming Welder Helper in front, we get that. Bone Dog's here for me to have mistakes like that. Not even really a mistake. Bone Dog's here for that sort of thing to happen. He's here, he's ready to handle it. I also draw Bone Dog very quickly. And Shardtail Queen doesn't take long to start getting pretty big herself. 107. Does she solo this? She does solo it. No, Brandon got one because of the harvest I didn't see. Yeah. I am not going to play Welder Helper 3 times down here. That seems like a bad investment. So you can foresee the problems that this deck is going to face. However, I think on the later combats, it's really not going to be much. I keep saying on the later combats, but this is not that late of a combat. This is combat 7. I'm talking about Seraph and the Divinity. That's what we build our whole run around. Took a lot of damage on the Queen, though, to keep this idiot happy. We're chilling now. Good job, Brandon. Brandon Wright? I don't like this card. I guess it does give me King, though. Like, it gives me a way to kill the Imp. I think this is okay, actually, the more I think about it. And skip. Cannibalize also gives me a way to kill the Imp, but that's an inflexible card. An Imp flexible card? Refracting lenses is a little late. Give me a second, Brandon. It helps the snowball if there's 2, I feel. I guess this does heal me to full on Seraph. Just, like, naturally, instead of having to heal off a Bone Dog. What am I gonna roll into? I'm gonna roll for a Rage Relic if I roll. I'm rolling for, like, Collection of Tales or something like it. +1 Rage on application, things like that. I don't even... What is that one called? Is there +1 Rage on application? Hang on, now I gotta look. Second logbook opening of the episode. Oh, Railhammer would be good. Urg's Goad would be good. Collection of Tales would be good. Resonant Shard is what I'm thinking of, I think. Just +1 attack per stack. Thought there was extra Rage on application, but I guess that I just imagined that relic existing. It's actually a Resonant Shard. Scorching Restraints, you know. I'm gonna roll. Hey, it's Urg's Goad. When I looked at the logbook there were so many good trinkets. There were so many good trinkets, man. I'm gonna put Permafrost on the important work so that I don't ever drop it again, and we're gonna leave. Hello, Seraph. I'd say it's a pleasure, but I don't like to lie to you. An interesting proposition on turn 1. Where do you want to play? Where do you want to play on this one? Where do I want to play? Curses are going to be rather concerning. But I feel like I still have to play top 4 in this one and just eat it. We actually have a somewhat helper, which is Abandon Umbra, hopefully giving me energy morsels to help us along. Thank you, Abandon Umbra. Great job, buddy. Things in play here. A trap shoot. That's pretty good because it just stops 2 rounds of curses for me for free. Yeah, I think I can afford to save the 1 HP. Trample stone. $52. So it goes 52. This guy goes to 130, 126, I guess. And then 34 times 3 is 112. So I should put the trample stone here. And then I get all of these kills. And I recognize, I understand, but at the same time, I mean, maybe I should extrapolate, maybe you're not thinking what I'm thinking. The Trample Stone is technically better on the front unit because then he gets to carry all of his damage through to both frontliners, but I think more important than that in a position like this is maximizing our early slays. Getting started on the slays is more important, I feel. And this is where Queen starts to rob me. Ah, but I have branding right. This is an interesting position we find ourselves in, isn't it? I want to play Welder Helper and then branding right in. Perhaps? I think I will. And I will only do it once. Because I should only have to do it once. These branded warriors are about to farm a large amount of rage. Yeah. And, like, you make that trade one time, and now I should not need to ever make that trade or even think about that trade again. And I can just recover all of the lost HP by tanking and using important work, which infuses a lot of armor into my floor with important work spell chain. The spell chain important work I was a little skeptical on, but it appears to have been a correct move. Go ahead and kill blowback targets. Those guys are not going to do anything meaningful. I'm not getting a kill on them or anything like that. And now all I need to think about is surviving Relentless, I feel. A lot of curses, my man. Whatever you want, I guess. Our armor doesn't scale super fast. Like, it's okay. But not great. Do 527 to Seraph here, though. I don't think I need to go too big when I'm doing that kind of damage. We'll play a branding, right? Just to be safe. And this is where the imp is really going to start to shine, though. This is where that damage shield imp starts to show off his reason for being here. I called it in a little bit ahead of time, but he's here with purpose. I was thinking about this position, by the way. I'm pretty sure I put this Rubble Morsel here and it blocks 10 for me. And it did. I was correct. Shout out to Bone Dog. I definitely disrespected Bone Dog at the start of this run. This run has had... but Bone Dog has had a great positive impact on this run. I apologize, Bone Dog. Did I eat my spell chain on accident? My important work? No, I didn't. Okay. We win anyway. Thank you, Bone Dog. He's healed me a lot. Like, if you wanna do me a full solid. I guess I could have said this at the start, but it's too bad. If you want to check how much health Bone Dog healed me for, that sounds extremely tedious. Actually, don't do that because you'd have to rewatch the whole video. Even if you watch it at like 2x speed, that's still 20 minutes. I wouldn't do it. It's not worth it. I'm neutral on the branded warrior's health. which isn't exactly encouraging. Yeah, I guess. Oh, but I have Trap Shoot. Trap Shoot's huge here. Trap Shoot's extremely large. Trample Stone. Let's count everyone. Oh, the Queen is going to sacrifice 1 imp. What are the odds I sacrifice 2 imps next turn? They are pretty low. 1 imp does all of the damage shield out, plus the Will Wings. So at 70, Queen hits 50 here. I think it goes on the front one, and he gets this kill, carry some damage through. Although it probably actually goes on the back one, because he's going to get the first slay and get the rage. I think it goes on the back one. I've reasoned a little further. Prismal Dust is wasted right now. You ever think about how weird it is that we hit the Divinity in the torso and then this guy heals his feet? Has that ever struck you? I feel like that just kind of came to me there. What's it look like? It looks pretty good. And 6, 6, 6, 20. It is okay. I do pull another Queen's in play, which means that I think I get all of them if I play this. I kill them all. Yeah, I killed them all, and I'm pretty sure it's similar for my rage scaling. So it seems fine. Don't feed harvests. Yeah, similar for my rage scaling. Not the same, but similar. Now we begin to face the real challenges of the round. Although this guy's 75 armor, it's actually probably fine. This is the biggest fear now, but we're carrying over a lot of damage. The Trample Stone Brandon is scaling pretty well, I must say. Ooh, it's a real value proposition here, isn't it? I mean, this is why it's permafrosted. This is why important work is permafrosted, without a doubt. So I don't have to make a value proposition here. I just slap the Welder Helper down. 20, 11, 11. 11 takes you to, what's it? He goes to 40? So he's fine in front, right? He lives, he lives. Ooh. I think I need to think the most about Queen here. The branding right on her. Rebel Morsels feed armor now because of the sweep being active again. We chill. The snowball has started, and as always with Brandon, once you start the snowball, there's not a whole lot you need to do other than kill. We're going. And we snowballed enough to kill the Inquisitor, which is a good sign. A rather good sign, I would say. It is a second Spikes wave, which I don't love to see. But I think it's a little closer than it may seem. We probably win, but I think it's a little closer with turns like this looking at you. Because this is high damage, 15. It's actually enough to kill the Welder Helper, I'm pretty sure. Is it? Yeah, this is the wave that takes him out. 12, 12. I'm gonna play Battering Ram, basically. Try to help my man. All I need to care about here is survivability, so that's what I'm going to care about. Shout out this Welder Helper. And like, as I've been saying throughout the run, this is what he's here for. This is why he's been such a pain throughout the run, so that he can tank, like, how much damage did Welder Helper just tank there? It was 12, 15, 15, 15, 15. So it was like 72 damage this unit just tanked for us. And then 15 from the other one. That's what he's been here for this whole run. I do lose my next turn, sadly, because of Ember Drain. Nothing I can really do about it. I think it's okay, because we're pretty close to end turn territory. I think it's okay. It's a little close, but we should be good. Yeah, we're good. It's a little closer than it looked, though, I feel. A little closer. Not that much. And we're like 2 or 3 rounds off of dying. I think the Gurg's Goad hit was actually really important. I think this run without hitting Gurg's Goad there might have fallen a little short, but it's hard to say. Hey, a win's a win, right? You know, a win's a win. We take those. Well, I take those anyway. You don't have to take those if you don't want to. 5 to 6. Anyway. Anyway. Generate a little challenge here. Oh yeah, my internet's out, so I can't make a challenge seed. Alright, well, I guess I won't generate a challenge here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.